Thank you for tuning into the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and interdimensional seer. Together, they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources. Make sure to post your questions and comments below. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Disclosures. I am here with Peter the Insider, and we have a special report, some updated news, and it's definitely something that we're going to need some positive intention for. So without further delay, I'm going to let Peter get right into it. Hello, Peter.
Hello, I want to say hi to you, Jessica, and to all of our regular, maybe not so regular listeners. And I'm very happy that you are giving me another opportunity to be on your channel, because this is goddamn important to know. And please, whoever is listening to this, share and via social media, because this is goddamn important. Okay, this is serious. So let's start.
Okay, so Peter, you haven't been around for a couple of weeks now, and you've been involved with some very serious missions. Can you tell us a little bit about what pulled you into these missions? Or, I know you can't go into details, but kind of a general idea.
Yes, fact is that there were severe multiple contexts of existence distortions, and it ended up, let's say, when BS hit the fan, it ended up in something like multiple wormholes within the wormholes. And it's like, okay, we as a squad, as a soldiers, what the heck is this in the world? And we are technically, it isn't like we still are stuck in the middle of nowhere and everywhere, and that's the problem.
What you mean, you and your team? You and your team?
No, I don't want to say my team, because I am a member of squad, and I don't like to have to quotes in quotes play a role and who've got the higher rank or something like that. No, in this kind of layers and levels, it's not like that. I mean, it's formal. Let's say it that way. It's formal, but fact is that we even never know. We are not 100% sure what the heck is going on. Like, what in the world is that? And
Peter, are you in dimensional space, or somewhere that we can identify, or is
that's
it not
the problem?
something?
That's the problem, because, for example, like, you've got like dimension, like third dimension, 3D, 5D, or let's say like third array third array density, or fifth array density. Do you know what I mean? Density of five array or three array. No, this is nothing. It's like, okay, what the heck is that about? And it's like, okay, there is nothing, so it is limbo. No, it is not. Because every single time, once you want, and this is it, you want, you have a limit. It's like if you don't like limit, if you don't want to have a limit, let's say wall, I mean vertical wall, there is no limit. If you want to touch something, you get it. It's crazy. Once it is vertical, fine, it's vertical. Once you want to be inside the wall, my bad, my bad, sorry for that, inside the ball, you are inside the ball. Once you want to be inside egg shaped, whatever it is, spherical stuff, you are in that.
You manifest very quickly?
Yeah, it is like you manifest pretty much just like that within sparkle of second. And it's like, what in the world is that? And that's the stuff. That's the stuff. And we are stuck in between of pretty much everything. It's like, what is that? And it looks like it looks like you know, its product, if you want to call it that way, of something very distortive, and it's like, okay, do you know what? You really pissed me off. I need to. I am not. I will not watch my language. Watch my language, and I will say you who is saying this to us, to all of us. It's nature. Nature, and nature laws, and you know, uh, respectively or slash universal laws. No, I mean there are limits. It's like no, she, the nature, mother nature, and the principles of like itself of being, they are very calm. It's like, okay, you can do pretty much all kind of that stuff to me, and once you reach certain limit, it's pretty much like I am, right? You can do all the stuff. Let's say you can be very bad at me. Yeah. You can get me pretty, let's say I'm solid, right? I'm solid. It's like you can make me upset a million times, but you piss me off only one time, and then run you are like hello bastard. And that's pretty much what is going on right now. That's pretty much what is it. And I think that some ignorant idiots, once again, I will not watch my language, from this creepy crap, population, I'm talking about them, aka elites, they don't get it. They still don't get it. What the heck is wrong with those people? That's my question to you, because you are psychic. That's your field of expertise. I don't know.
I think they felt that they've gotten away with things for so long, and it doesn't matter what happens. They're not in reality, and they're accustomed to finagling and figuring out how to get around things. And also they're not thinking in the future, they're thinking in the here and now, unless they're thinking of building some kind of having this family dynasties and other, or extending their lives, which is why I think a lot of the elite just are jumping ship and thinking about some colony on Mars or somewhere else where they can exist, because they know that they're tearing up everything here. They're destroying the planet.
Yeah. Just one very important thing. It is not about respectively. They are goddamn mistaken if they believe it is only about Earth as a mother planet. No, it is, let's say, not global wise or Earth wise or Earth wide, if we want to call it that way, but it's universal wide. So universe is very goddamn pissed off. And once again, I will not watch my language.
Because
And
I don't think you're not supposed to destroy any planet. We don't have the right to do that.
it is BS. It
Yeah.
is BS. Who the heck we are? Uh, and that's the stuff. They fakely believe that they can do something. What the heck? It's like those guys. It's like 100 years old individual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Normal, natural born, full naturally born, with no arguments and all kind of that stuff. Once it's 100 years old, right? It's goddamn old. And what do you think those stones, rocks and stones, they are smiling because they are hundreds of millions years old and they are witnessing
Right.
thousands generation. Do you know what I mean? It's BS. For them, they are just smiling, but they are not arrogant. They are not ignorant. Do you know? And I will say you why. Because they can move. They can't move naturally, and that's the reason. They are goddamn good observers, and they are learners. They are observing. They are seeing. They are hearing. They are feeling. That's the stuff. That's the stuff.
And that's what we're talking, rocks.
Yes,
But
rocks
but people have talked about crystals for years, which are rocks.
yeah, but give me a second. It's pretty much the same stuff as sequoias, you know, in California. What the heck?
They're
It's like,
called record keepers.
yeah, but give me a second. Give me a second. Do you know what? All the sequoias are like 6,000 years old. What do you know what I am talking about?
Yeah.
About pharaohs in ancient Egypt. What in the world? I mean, those people, they are goddamn, you know, like almost god complex. Do you know what I mean? Those elites, they cannot get it. Absolutely no. And this is it. Earth, Mother Nature, and those principles, conize, you know, it's, I mean, like basic principles of living in a universe. They are pissed off. It's like, do you know what? Now you really piss me off. Do you know what? I will teach you a lesson. That's the stuff what is happening right now.
Yeah, nature witnesses against everything that's harming nature.
Yeah. But this is it. I know that most people, pretty much all the people, they are hearing this. They are not involved in this kind of crazy stuff what's going on, right? But this is it. All the people, good people here, you are listening to this. Try to think which kind of culture you want to approach and you want to follow. Try to imagine it as a epsilon, as a Yankee, right? There is one path, one certain path. You are doing good stuff. You want to help. No, not because okay, I will help you, but you owe me. Not from this point of view. No, it's like, I want to help and I don't want any return. It's like, if somehow maybe this guy or this woman will or can help me, okay, it's fine, but I never will ask for help like, let's say, intentionally. No, this is not the way. Or for example, like making, do you know what I mean, like something voluntarily, right? This is it. Once you go for this way, do you know what? You ended up in springs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like there is a oasis. There are all of animals with little ones. You know, there are trees and all kind of that stuff. All the stuff is fresh. And once you are selfish, once okay, I will help you, but instant with that, with you will help somebody. Okay, but you owe me. No, 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 no. You will not tell this to those people, but you've got this in your head, and you are only getting and doing the stuff for benefits, for profits. I will say you something, okay? This road, this path, in this world, in this context, is much easier than the first one. But I will say you, in the end of this road, this easier road, there is culture, not culture of life and culture of creation. There is culture of pure destruction and death. There will be no water, dead trees, dead animals, no fishes, no rivers, no creeks. Try to think, guys. Try to think, people. What do you want to be? Where do you want to end it up?
It's horrible.
No,
It's a horrible thought to think that, and it can happen.
But
and it is.
I'm asking, give me a second. I'm asking because to all of you guys, to all of you guys who are listening to this, because I saw this. I saw this because I
You
don't want
saying
to
you
say
saw that as a future, or
yes,
yeah.
yes. It's like okay, I don't want to say you necessarily need to be rich. No, but easygoing life, let's say, not a big deal, and you can earn decent amount of money to have, let's say, like, okay, pretty much like middle or upper middle class. It will be fine, funny life, all kind of that stuff, fancy stuff. Do you know what I mean? But in the end of the road, holy crap. Suffering, pain, pure destruction, and death. That's it. That's it how it is. That's it how it is. That's it how it is. But if you want to help, of course, once again, for no return. It is like if those people you helped, if they will go back to you and let's say make a favor, that means, do you know what I mean? Like, okay, they will help you as a do you know what I mean, as a back. Maybe this is it, maybe, but this is it. You are not that way if you are not, if your mindset is not like, but you owe me. That's the first good thing. Second thing, you are volunteering. It's like, it's not like, I don't like this stuff, but what the heck, I will look in eyes of my neighbors, of my friends, as a good guy, as a honest woman. No, don't do it like that. If you are doing it because you really like what you are doing, because you really enjoy what you are doing, that's the stuff. and make a grant. Do you know what I mean? Do whatever you like to do, and you know what I mean. Do a good stuff, for example. Make some sort of donations or favors, gifts, you know. And it's like, what the heck is going on? I didn't wear those clothes for, I don't know, 2 years. Just do it. All right. I don't use this piece of, I mean, for women or just kind of jewelry. You've got tons of jewelry, you know, for women. Or I don't know, you as a man, some sort of suit, or you've got you know, equipment for fixing something or whatever. Once this, you know, let's say spare stuff, and you aren't using it, just make a favor. Just, you know, it's not a big deal, is it?
No, I think that's a good practice. I taught my son every year, you know, when he was getting new clothes, that we're going to donate them, and I do that once or twice a year. I'll gather things that I don't need anymore and just donate it. And I think I think in Sweden they have a reusable store. It looks like a very nice store, but they're all recycling things so that people are not just throwing things into, you know, on the earth and wasting them,
Yes,
or
but
creating pollution or anything like that. But it's the benevolence you're looking for, right, Peter? Is the heartfelt, let's help people.
yes, this is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say, and that's the stuff, because it is all about you. You maybe are smiling, I mean, making laugh, making like, nah, it's serious BS. What you insider are talking about right now? Okay, okay. You maybe don't believe me right now, but I saw the future of that, and that was goddamn crazy. Believe me, that was goddamn crazy. Believe me.
Peter, I think a lot of people feel like, you know, there's a lot of people that listen to us, I would say majority of them, that are really mindful of all of these things and that they're already doing it. But it's a certain percentage of the planet that has to take this up and do the right thing. Um, I don't know what would be the percentage for this to happen, that we prevent this future experience that's very
Yeah, but
negative.
I'm just saying that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe it's like, I don't want to say that this is trash talk, but trash talk from this point of view that too many people are doing this already. But I'm saying, and it's appealing. If you
You
don't
saying it's
believe it,
what's from the heart. It has to be from the heart, like you really feel that you want to help others.
yeah, definitely. Because if it is only for pretending, it's like pretty
Yeah.
much the same stuff. Going every single time, Sunday to church, every single Saturday to synagogue or whatever, and every single Friday to Meshida. And no, no, not because they are believers, no, but because they are, you know, making some sort of exhibition of clothes, of jewelry, or of brand new car. What in the world is that about? No. And that's the easiest and the most the fastest way, the shortest way to hell, literally to hell. Yeah. That's the reason. That's the reason. You may be like, nah, what the heck is going on? Insider is out of his mind in this show. No, I will say why I'm saying all kind of those stuff right now too. I will say all kind of those tiny little pieces are pieces of huge puzzle, and once you will not do all kind of that stuff, and as you said, Jessica, from deepest depths of your hearts, guys, then it will be respectively you will create space for bad mindsets, let's say bad seed of mindsets, what elites will brainwash you during mainstream media. Like it or not, that's true. That's true. And that's the stuff. And that's the reason that there is a hive mind, egregora, right? We are calling it egregora, hive mind, negative hive mind. Because hive mind isn't like egregora, it's like positive or negative. It's pretty much the same stuff as once we are talking about magic. No, if we are talking about it's white, aka good, or black, aka bad magic. No, forget about that. There is only magic, period, end of story. And it ended up, it will turn to either to white or to black magic according the, let's say, the reason what you will use it for. And that's pretty much the same stuff. Pretty much the same stuff with hive mind, with egregora. So you need to ask yourself, yourself, my good people, all the good people here who are listening to this, do you want to join white, aka positive, good egregora, or bad, aka black egregora? It's a slash hive mind, if you want to call it a hive mind. No, it is not up to me. It is not up to Jessica. No, we are not, let's say, saying you need to do this. No, we are just, let's say, clarifying certain ways how to be, I don't want to say useful, but let's say we are clarifying certain paths. And it's up to you which path, which way you will choose. This is it. At least from my point of view. What do you think, Jessica, from your point of view?
Yeah, I think that ultimately we're all connected. Everyone is connected to the universe, the God source. And I think people need to go within, and I've been saying this all along, that they need to go within, and that way they won't get caught in this hive mind where they're drawn in by different people that are not necessarily telling them the truth or whatever. You'll have like an inner compass, an inner knowing, and be able to see through a lot of these things. That's is the part of the hive mind. And so just if you know, you don't have to trust me and Peter 100%. You're not supposed to trust anyone. You're supposed to go within and find out what's right for you. And you know, we've been saying this all along, but Peter is venturing off into areas that none of us have seen, may never see, but he's seen in advance what is headed toward us, and we should really pay attention to that. But I knew all along, I mean, this is what's protecting all of us, is our connection to the God source, and you know that whatever, however you translate that in your belief system. And some people feel the God source in nature, and that's totally fine. I know that this is where we screwed up in the first place, is our disconnect from the earth. So that part's really important. And as Peter said, that, you know, they are record keepers. That everything around us in nature is acknowledging and seeing what we're doing, and it retains a record of everything. And so we have to, if we've done anything wrong, we just ask for forgiveness and just, release it to the universe and move on. Don't wallow in it. Don't get in depression. Don't get angry at yourself. Don't feel like it's too late or anything like that. Just correct it and move on. And let's work together to support the planet and to do the right thing for us, for our families. And even if you don't have any family, you have the opportunity to come back here again in other lifetimes, and you want it to be beautiful, not some of these fabricated artificial worlds that are trying to match what was. We don't want to be in. That's why we talk about all of these different video games that are soft disclosure regarding future realities, and you see how they live. And everyone says, well, we're not manifesting that. Well, unless we have things in the right mindset, it will continue flowing in that direction. So, and now Peter was pulled away to go into these missions because of, I think there was some serious bleed throughs and things that were happening. They were everywhere.
You are right. Yeah.
Yeah. So the ACIO had a team go out there and try to figure out what was going on and the source of it. And then you got into some kind of battle too. Isn't that right, Peter?
Yeah, that was very, very, very weird. And this is like story, because it's like, okay, is this really happening, or is this some sort of mirror of mirrors of mirroring? What? It's like, and that's the stuff. Because once it will be solid stuff, it will be, let's say, revelation or whatever. And it's like 50-50 revelation and story, because it happened in between something. It's like, okay, where the heck in the world we are stuck right now? And we don't know. Till nowadays. It's like, what? And we step out of the realities, and I was like, okay, give me a second, this is too much even for me. And all kind of eras, I'm talking like time wise, and not only, just by the way, not only from our reality slash timeline, and it was like, okay, underground, then on ground, respectively, on earth and my bad, sorry, on surface, I mean on sea or ocean, and down, so submarines or something like that. And then fly fights. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what in the world is that? And it
So
was
they have
totally
vehicles like planes or spacecraft, or what were they?
yes, jet fighters, aircrafts, whatever. And I was like, what in the world is that? And we were holding the whole situation, like me and another very good friend of mine. I don't want to mention him. And I was like, what in the world is that? This is not gonna end well. And he was like, you know what? Just watch your feet. And I was like, Jesus, man, this is not gonna, this is bad. And then there was this smash, and then we somehow, I don't know how we were able to do so, but we made we made uh, we made hitch. Do you know what I mean? Like a knot, do you know what I mean? From that, and from this knot, we ended up with tied up those multi-dimensional, if you want to call it that way, multiplied mirrored wormholes that perfectly together that no one can go out and in for just one node. And I was like, what in the world is that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
So you got rid of the wormhole or the mirrored reality, or you closed it?
Let's say get rid. It's like it's temporary, and we don't know how long. We don't know how long will it hold.
Okay, and this
It's
is where
pretty
you
much.
think.
Can you remember the picture what I sent this to you? This kind of crazy picture of a roller coaster.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Let me see
this
if
is
I can.
pretty
Let me
much
get that
this
picture.
is pretty much what I am referring to. This is pretty much the stuff, and I was like, what? And that was the let's say crisis peak. It was like that is peak of the crisis, and once we will be, let's say, once we will be few moments longer, tiny parts of the seconds longer, it will be like, okay, boom, like end of the everything, and then this is it. We got two ends, and I was like, just pull it tight. And that was pretty much it. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it's desperate laugh. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it. And it's hold. It's like Gordic knots, Gordic knot, like Gordic node. Do you know what I mean? It's like just goddamn hold together. You know, it's temporary. It's not good solution.
So I'm
It's
going
not good.
to. Yeah, I'm going to try to find that for you, and then we'll.
Yeah, this
There
is
it
it.
is, right here.
This is it. What I'm talking about. This is it. This is exactly it. I don't want to say exactly, but very closely to this scheme. Exactly to this pattern, if you want to call it like that, like to this pattern.
So these are portals.
Yeah. Portals. I
And
mean, give me a second. Those are wormholes, and ends of them are portals. Yeah.
yeah,
Multiple purpose portals. Yes, exactly.
but this is one wormhole, or are they multiple?
Multiple wormholes. Yeah,
Just all entangled like that. Wow, that's
Yeah, like
crazy,
that.
Peter.
This is it. What I'm talking about. Yeah. This is it. This is like holy crap. It's like Jesus. Yeah, that's the, yeah. That's crazy, isn't it crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the stuff.
All right. There it is. And so that's a serious problem.
Yeah, believe me, it is. Believe me, it is. It's like,
Okay,
what in the world?
you saw some. I don't. Does this look like the Earth, or does it look like another planet when you're in this other context of existence?
Give me a second. You can see nothing here. It's
Okay.
only black on black. It's nothing, and I mean nothing. Do you
So
know
when
what
you
I mean?
so when you saw the jet fighters, did that bring in light?
It's like you will see night sky. Do you know
Did
what
you
I
see
mean?
stars?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, someone was describing Antarctica and how Antarctica gets extremely dark at night, and you just see some stars in the sky.
Yeah, pretty much that what is. Yeah,
But it's like that during the day as well, you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Give me a second. Give me a second. You cannot determine what is day and what is night here. Just by the way. No.
Then you said you saw some beings that were very fast.
Yeah,
and you said they were like predators.
Yeah. Pretty much, very similar, like from Alien versus Predator game or movies or whatever. Yeah, that's true.
Let me see if I can get that up for people.
It was goddamn crazy. Like, what in the world is that? Jesus. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay, so I'm going to show an image of that. And
it's crazy.
So it's like these guys right here.
Yeah, it's like thing? No. I'm talking about like yes, like something like crocodile stuff. Yes, like this. Aliens.
The long head.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay, so I saw something that had this long, elongated head, almost looks like a football in the back.
Yeah.
And it had a very skinny body, but metal looking like this, very like or maybe it was their body, but I could see joints and everything, you know. Was that them? Because they came into my space.
And they are moving goddamn fast, you know, and
they were looking at us.
Speeding a lot of poisonous whatever it was. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of aerosol or whatever. And it is highly
venom?
Poisonous.
Like a venom?
Yeah, but it was aerosol. It was aerosol.
So like it was like a mist that was coming off as
something like a mist. Something like a mist. Spit mist. Yes.
Yeah.
You are right. Yeah. Something like that.
Did you guys get sick from being exposed to that mist?
Not us, but there were friendly army units. I mean, army units of friendly ETs, and they are severe injured in very bad health state. Yeah.
Are they okay now?
More or less, but they are unable to fight.
Do you have a lot of casualties from this mission?
No casualties, but we are very afraid of those. I don't want to say afraid, but full of respect. Let's say full of respect, because those guys are moving goddamn fast. And doing this kind of weird noise, like something like that. It's crazy. Jeez.
We were talking about this Tomorrow War, and I know Anthony Zender was. You started talking about telling me a little bit about what you were seeing and those white spikes, and I know Anthony wants to talk to us about it because he was actually said he was in there as well as some of the other Kruger.
I know about him and you know, and Lincoln Clay. Yeah, that's true. True.
And
it's goddamn crazy mess in that timeline.
Yeah.
It's goddamn crazy mess. And we are still holding it because it is bleed through, but it will be not a bleed through. It will break the
Johann
reality.
Fritz was there too.
Give me a second.
Right?
It will break the reality. It will give me a second, okay? This is extremely serious because those and I will not watch my language, so maybe you will make a peep in there, Rolf. This is our technician guy. Just by the way, hello, Rolf. those motherfuckers are not taking any sort of, let's say, no, we don't care about that. And we are holding the reality from collapse. Because this is actual stuff. Do you know what? This is actual stuff. This movie is actual stuff. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, you contacted me about this mission, and you were over there telling me about it, and I put it in there, and then I hadn't seen the movie. I didn't know it just came out. I think it came out that day.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Anthony, jumped in and said, he was there. He was already there, and I was just checking on everyone because I know that when you go off into your missions, that everybody kind of gets pulled in, and and then they started showing up around me. I could see them, but I don't know if I was there fully or I'm jumping back and forth. But anyhow, yeah, this is going to be another conversation. We can get deeper.
This is it, because those elites, they don't care. And once again, I will not watch my language because this is fucked up. Sorry for that, but this is like that. If you want to make a peep, okay, then do it, but I don't like this.
So
they don't get it? They don't get it?
All
what the fudge?
Kruger gets pulled in, and you guys go into this defense mode because these beings, where are they from?
Okay, can you give me a easier question, please?
So essentially, they exist in the space that you went to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they already exist there.
Yeah.
They're like gatekeepers in some way, like
some way, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I always feel like species like this are there under command of something else, so they have these like serious fighting kind of aggressive types, and then they block some other entry into some other place, but they're put there to prevent people from really exploring.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Anytime you go somewhere new, there's a type of predator or aggressors that are there, like sort of gatekeeping.
I know what you are talking about. I know. We can, I don't know. I mean, can we go to main topic or not?
Yes. Yeah, go talk about whatever you want, Peter.
Because technically that will be the last and final, let's say, main topic. We've got the craziest and most serious issue I've ever encountered. Okay, some sort of history. We should start some sort of history. Why all this madness happened? Maybe you can go to, I am calling her Wiki, I mean Wikipedia or whatever, like a source you like. The revolution in Hungary, 1956, maybe. Because that's we need to get it, let's say, per partes. In Latin, that means, do you know what I mean? Part for part, and we need to get from very start to. So please go for Hungarian Revolution, or maybe it will be better to send this to you. Maybe, I don't know.
I think I've got it right here. There it is. Can you see it now?
No. Yeah, okay, I can see it. Okay, so go ahead.
All right, so the Hungarian Revolution, 1956, a nationwide revolution against the Hungarian People's Republic and its Soviet-imposed policies, lasted for the 23rd of October until the 10th of November in 1956. Leaderless at the beginning, it was the first major threat to Soviet control since the Red Army drove Nazi Germany from its territory at the end of World War II in Europe. The revolt began as a student protest, which attracted thousands as they marched through the central Budapest to Hungarian parliament building, called out in the streets using a van with loudspeakers. A student delegation entered the radio building to try to broadcast the students' demands, was detained, and when the delegation's release was demanded by the protesters outside, the protesters were fired upon from within the building by the state security police, known as the AVH. I can't say it. Elia Vedelmi.
Államfedék hatóság.
Okay.
Oh,
There we
go.
go. You did it much better than I did. Okay, so that's the State Protection Authority. The multiple students died, and one was wrapped in a flag and held above the crowd. This was the start of the next phase of the revolution. As the news spread, disorder and violence erupted through the capital. The revolt spread quickly, and the government collapsed. Thousands organized themselves into militias, battling the AVH and the Soviet troops. During the revolt there were violent incidences, and some local leaders and AVH members were lynched or captured, while former political prisoners were released and armed. Radical impromptu workers councils wrested municipal control for the ruling of Hungarian Working People's Party and demanded political change. The new government of Imre Nagy finally disbanded the AVH and declared the intention to withdraw from the Warsaw Pact and pledged to reestablish free elections. By the end of October, fighting had almost stopped and the days of normality began to return. Some workers continued fighting in opposition to both the Stalinist regime and the appearance of the bourgeois parties in its wake, and initially appearing open to negotiation and withdrawal of Soviet forces. The Politburo changed its mind. Politburo changed its mind and moved to crush the revolution. On the 4th of November, a large Soviet force invaded Budapest and other regions of the country, and the Hungarian resistance continued until the 10th of November. More than 2,500 Hungarians and 700 Soviet troops were killed in the conflict, and 200,000 Hungarians fled as refugees. In Austria, large refugee camps were constructed from which immigration to other countries and were arranged for many refugees who escaped and across the border prior to the military closure. Mass arrests, denunciations continued for months thereafter. By January 1957, the new Soviet-installed government had suppressed all public opposition. These Soviet actions, while strengthening control over the Eastern Bloc, alienated many Western Marxists, leading to splits and considerable losses of membership for communist parties in capital states. And then, then there's more that goes on. I don't want to just read the whole thing.
Yeah. Long story short, this revolution was main reason, if you want, all of our kind listeners, we will post this link in the description, right? If you want read this full of this article, you can. And the fact is that this event was something like, let's say, okay, this is something what we definitely need to prevent. Just by the way, they didn't, but in the same year, in the summer 1957, our very high classified, a highly specified and highly classified unit, you know. Links commando, just by the way, which still exists. Just by the way, still exists.
The links commando?
Links commando, yeah. They start develop. I mean, not of course not by them, but scientists, the most brilliant scientists from Czech and Slovak Republic in 1957. 19. Sorry, this should be removed. In 1957, in practically in the same year, in the summer, they start developing. They call it like the best and most effective, the best and most effective solution substance possible. And links commando, yeah, it's in Czech and Slovak Republic. Yeah, this is it. And that's the, give me a second, that's the stuff. Yeah, it's in Slovak Republic, but in Czech Republic too. And fact is, what happened in this year, they start to make a develop, yeah, they start to develop, and they didn't have specific name for it. And it took 10 years, right? So from 1957 to 1967, they develop also called Agent X. It's like we've got Agent Orange. We know what it is and what it is capable of. It was crazy. It was used by U.S. Army during Vietnam War, yeah. Agent Orange, Agent Blue, and this is some sort of, let's say, azure, some sort of. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, how can we call it?
It's a cobalt.
What?
Is it cobalt?
What do you mean cobalt?
Well, cobalt is a blue color.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Azure.
You know, because it's Azure is
Azure, yeah, it's like a cobalt, whatever. Yeah. And it's very weird. It's very weird that 1 gram of this substance is powder. Yeah. It's like pretty much like anthrax. Once you will get it out of ampule, you are not able to get it back. It's that kind of tiny, like anthrax. That kind of tiny, you know, not flour.
Tiny particles. Tiny particles.
Small, extremely small, tiny particles. Yeah. And what? How do you say? Cobalt? Yeah, cobalt. Yeah. And that's it. That's the blanket, or azure, or as you said, cobalt. Yeah. And fact is that 1 gram of this Agent X can kill in between approximately between 700 and 800 millions of people. And now 10 grams are missing. 10 grams. You know what it means? All the Earth population. 10 grams are missing. You know what I'm talking about, guys? 10 grams. And that's the stuff. It's a small village, Čierna voda. It means black water, and it was your very good, let's say, knowledge of yours, black water, but we will get to this later. It's tiny village, small village, 25 miles away. Let's say what, like western, let's say northwestern from capital Bratislava, what is capital city from of Slovakia. It is 25 miles, aka 40 kilometers. Nobody will say that there is something. It's not an ordinary village. It's normal village. No, it is not. There is a huge underground military complex, technically dumb, deep underground military complex. What is crazy? Because it's like it's from Bratislava, Trnava to Nitra. That means I'm talking about like 60 miles. What is 96, 97 kilometers? It's huge. And nobody is talking about that. In Slovakia, nobody knows about. I don't want to. Technically, I don't know if quotes in quotes normal, let's say, official politicians in government. I'm pretty sure they don't know about that. And main entrance is in Čierna voda, just by the way. Technically, main entrance for those kind of crazy experiments. 10 grams are missing. We are sure about that. 10 grams of Agent X. You know what does it mean? It will flat out the whole Earth's population.
And
my question is, who the hell, who in the world wants to do such a stuff? That's my question. That's my question. Legitimate question. What do you think?
Has to be a corporation or someone powerful.
So who the heck will do such a stuff and have such an interest? And now we are getting to certain capital, let's say, new chapter of this. Look at that. Academy with not with normal academy, but it's kind of weird academy. And it was founded as a Blackwater. What is?
It's an American private military company.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at that. It's Blackwater. No, it's definitely not a coincidence. It's in the first place, and in the second place, it was founded in 1977. What is, just by the way?
It's 1997.
Yeah, sorry. It was founded on 1997. What is, just by the way, 40 years after the whole incident, and technically not only incident, but initiative of doing all kind of that crazy stuff. Yes, this is it. And look how many times they named official they changed. Look how many times they changed official names and all kind of that stuff. Of course, I will say you why. It's very easy. Because they don't want to be found. that easy. No, they don't want. Isn't this crazy from my point of view?
So why don't I just read this real quick?
Go ahead.
The Academy is the American private military company founded in 1997 by former Navy SEAL and officer Eric Prince as Blackwater, renamed as XE Services in 2009 and known as Academy since 2011. After the company was acquired by a group of private investors, the company received widespread notoriety in 2007 when a group of its employees killed 17 Iraqi civilians and injured 20 in Nisour Square in Baghdad, for which 4 guards were convicted in the U.S. but later pardoned in December 2020 by President Donald Trump. Academy provides security services to the United States federal government on a contractual basis. Since 2003, the group has provided services to the Central Intelligence Agency. In 2013, Academy's subsidiary, International Development Solutions, received an approximately $92 million contract for sale for State Department security guards. And in 2014, Academy became a division of the Constellus Group, along with Triple Canopy and other security companies that were part of the Constellus Group as the result of an acquisition. And so then it goes into further training, a training center, the Blackwater Lodge and Training Center. And there's something about North Carolina, Virginia border. Here's a connection to the CIA. Let's see, Jeremy Scahill has claimed Blackwater Security Company was the brainchild of Jamie Smith, former CIA officer who became the vice president of Blackwater USA and founding director of Blackwater Security Company, holding both positions simultaneously. So that's let's see if something more recent. And it goes down, it changes, it has more detail.
This is what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's crazy.
XE Services Blackwater Worldwide.
Because they don't want to be found on one hand, but on the other hand, they are proud of their they are proud of their let's say contracts and all kind of that stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Holy crap. Do you know what is it? 10 grams of Agent X. It's crazy. 10 grams.
And since they can be paid for,
this is it.
Is this them again? Is this their new other name?
They are private. Do you know what? They can technically go for, but let's say against pretty much with anybody or against anyone. It's crazy. It's like, what in the world is that? So and 10 grams are missing. 10 grams are missing, and it looks like it was some sort of information services game, if you want to call it that way.
So and 10 grams are missing. Leveraging power, they want something, they're going to demand something, or what do you think's going on there?
Do you know what? I don't know, and to be perfectly honest, I don't want even to imagine, because 10 grams, if you look or if you imagine, like atomic bomb or hydrogen bomb or CVD, now screw it, 10 grams, bam, it's everywhere.
Everything will be gone. You saying?
Yeah, because it's via atmosphere. It's like, what in the world is that? They've got 10 grams. What in the world is that? And it was stolen from my country. This is personal. I am taking this personal.
So, as someone created a breach or got bought off or something on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got few tips, but I don't want to mention
Well, of
them.
course, no. I wasn't expecting that. Is this another one of their names, Greystone Limited?
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. In 2010, current management, Greystone now operates as a standalone management, protective
But
services,
this
but they're
is
involved with they're registered in Barbados. It's a
yeah.
private security company. I think I saw something about satellites.
Yeah.
There's Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, in Northrop, down over here that's mentioned.
Look at that. They are involved in that many activities. Technically, the question shouldn't be okay, in which kind of activities are they involved? No, in which kind of activities they are not. Do you know what I mean? Look at
Well,
that.
here it says it reported that the CIA had hired Blackwater as a part of a secret program to locate and assassinate top operatives in Al Qaeda. So that
Yeah,
you mean they've been hired and they have friends in all different places.
friends, but enemies also.
Yes.
You need to remember that.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
need to
those
remember
guys
that.
that they don't have any. They don't sleep well at night. I'm sure they have to watch all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's
You
interesting to
are
watch these type of guys in the movies, or these women as well, because women are involved, and it's interesting to watch them, but live that life. I mean,
it's
it's
crazy.
yeah.
But once again, I maybe be like, now, Peter, stop repeating that. You are crazy. But once again, 10 grams. 10 grams can flat every single living stuff. Not only people, everything. Everything what is living on this earth. Doesn't matter if it is flying like birds, if they are normal animals or they are underwater animals, it will be gone.
So we need to set an intention that the any magic or facade or whatever is released, so that that can those 10 liters can be
No, please. Not 10 liter. Give me a second. No, 10 grams.
10 grams.
Grams.
Sorry, and I
Do you
got
know
carried
what will
away.
10 liters do?
No,
10
that's
liters
crazy
will
amount.
be
Yes.
liter will be for whole galaxy.
Yeah. So the 10 grams that will be recovered safely. And why do they even have this stuff in the first place? I mean, I know it's a
You mean
stupid question. Create
why
this.
they
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much the same stuff like why in Romania they created Fagarash, yeah? Fagarash, um, Fagarash Road, if you want to call it that way. Uh, it
Yeah, I'm
was
not.
pretty much Fagarash mountain pass, if you want to call it that way. But technically, it wasn't the mountain pass, but they are tunnels. They are all kind of that stuff. Because Fagarash mountain pass, it's nonsense from this point of view that you can use it like what 4 or 5 months per year, and in another rest of the year it's absolutely useless because it's in extremely high altitudes. It's cold. You cannot get rid out of the snow and ice and whatever, right? But they did so in Romania. They started to build it as an outcome. Okay, um, Warsaw Pact, armies invaded Czechoslovakia 1968, and they start to do it next year, 1969. And that's pretty much the same stuff. In Czechoslovakia, it was like, okay, we don't need to have such a stuff as Hungarians have in last year. I mean, I'm talking about like if I was there from their point of view in 1957, right? They developed this crazy Agent X, whatever it was, substance in 10 years. And then once they got, holy crap, it's Pandora box. No, they didn't use it. Next year, 1968, it was invasion of, do you know what I'm talking about? It's paradox. 1968 invasion of, look at that, just you can ask Wiki. 1968 invasion of you know, of yep, 1968 invasion of Warsaw Pact. Yeah, yep, Czechoslovakia. Yep, look at that. Oh yeah, this is it. Warsaw Pact invasion. This is it. So this is it. The Warsaw Pact invasion happened 1 year after they developed this. It is crazy.
It's 1968.
Yeah, and they stopped developing this stuff 1967. Of course, they didn't stop to do another crazy experiments and developing another goddamn dangerous substances. Yeah, but they didn't use this kind of Agent X stuff because they realized, this is Pandora box. No, we shouldn't use this.
But they were thinking they created it because they it's almost like they were feeling like they needed to be protected, so they created this out of fear, maybe, or
exactly. But then once they realized, holy crap, what we did, they just put fingers away from that. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was goddamn crazy.
But it's almost as if maybe it was like something that came from the astral that kind of told them that they needed to create this. Once they created it, then they got them off the hook. They protected them.
Yes,
because that's the astral does that. Those beings do stuff like this.
Yes, because tiny little, just few tiny little particles, sorry for that, leaked in 67. Once they stopped developing, like, okay, this is final product. And somehow in between 4,000 and 5,000 people died, and another of them, like 10 or 15,000, they were severely injured, and they've got, goddamn complicated, health issues, severe health issues, and all kind of that stuff. Of course, no mention about that. Nobody knows about that. And it was because of this crazy Agent X. And thanks to that, quotes in quotes, thanks to that, respectively, because of that, they make this calculation. Only few goddamn tiniest particles. And it was like, okay, 5,000 people death, and I don't know, it was 5,000 people, 5 or 6,000 people dead, and like 25 people with severe health issues.
And is this, I know it happened in 68, but has it affected the atmosphere and the people are unhealthy in some way?
Give me a second. Not please. Let me correct you. Okay, this happened 67.
67.
Few months after they developed. Let's say it was final product of they developing, and that was the stuff. That
But
was
the
the
leak
stuff.
happened what year? What year did a few particles?
67, 1967, 1960.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So what I asked you is the
And do you know what happened? And do you know what happened? Just by the way, it was like uh, they afterwards uh, afterwards there was invasion, Warsaw Pact armies invasion. They said that it wasn't like that, and they were there. I mean, they were technically in Czechoslovak Republic since 1967, and they were doing some experiments, of course, like, let's say, do you know what I mean, like undercover. So they said this. I mean, after Iron Curtain fall, old regime fall, and it's like 1991, I think, 1992. They faked even in democracy. They faked this kind of crazy stuff. Do you know what? This is crazy. This is crazy.
and that, I'm sure it brought in a lot of problems, a lot of new problems that they already had problems, but new problems.
Yeah.
And then they became powerful because of having these things, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I know exactly from reliable source that Warsaw Pact's armies and republics involved, but especially Soviets, were like crazy that they want this Agent X, right? No, they didn't get it. They didn't get to it. No, they didn't get to it. This is crazy.
But you think Blackwater did, but you don't know for sure.
What do you mean?
You're saying that the Soviet army was not able to access this Agent X, but finally it just happened now that someone
Give me
had
a second.
access.
Give me a second. Yes, that's the stuff what I'm talking about, because even Soviets, they technically they took over control over the whole Czechoslovakia for like 22 years. My bad, 23. And they were not able to get into Čierna Voda facility. They were not. They didn't know where exactly are the entrances. It was crazy. Goddamn crazy.
Wow.
And even this is what I'm talking about. In 1992, when we started to split, it was like, okay, this is the deal. We want to peacefully split. There will be not Czechoslovakia anymore. There will be Czech Republic, Slovak Republic. It was the deal. It was normal, peaceful split deals. Everything was sealed. It was at the pretty much same time, it was freedom of speech. It was democracy, and they said this kind of BS, this kind of bullshit. They said, that Soviet did this unhuman experiment 1 year before official invasion, and they refer to this crazy leak. Do you know what I mean? This kind of what I said, like in between 4, 5, maybe 6,000 deaths. They don't have exact numbers, and in between 15 and 20, 25,000 of heavily injured people because of this leak. What happened in 1957? It's crazy.
Wow.
Jesus, what the heck? What the heck?
Well, Peter, if anyone can figure this out, it should, I mean, this is your homeland. I'm sure you
Give
can
me
figure
a
this
second.
out.
I know the truth, but I cannot talk openly about that.
Yes, I know.
And this is bad. Because if such a stuff will happen during totalitarianism, during like communistic regime, all kind of bad stuff, fine. I don't want to say fine, but you know what I mean. But that happened in 1992, 3 years after all the regime fall. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh,
Wow.
jeez. Yeah. And now they've got 10 grams. 10 grams. And do you know who I mean? Blackwater. They've got 10 grams. Once again, I will talk about that tons of times, like dozens of times. Because 10 grams can flat everything. I don't know. I am out of my word. What do
Yeah.
you mean? What do you think? What those guys are about? Are about?
They're dangerous, very, very dangerous, who would take something like that. And even as to leverage power, it's just that have to be out of their minds. Have to be like extreme soldiers that are mind controlled. I mean, who would do this?
Yeah. Sorry, but can we go back to the black water because it will be better
Yes.
for us to. Yeah. Thank
And
you.
I was looking at their logos too. They have bears, like bear print.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is? Do you know the meaning? And then there's an O, and it has
Yeah.
lines going
Oh.
across it
Oh. Yes. 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 What means technically like total mind control.
with the bear. The bear means mind
Yeah.
control.
Yeah. Give me a second. The O means head. It means like ears. Those tiny stuff like tiny what they are. Those tiny lines are ears. Yes, and it's like okay, you are blindfolded. You are blindfolded. You can't see nothing. That's bare print on your face. You cannot see nothing. Do you know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
it.
And here
That's it.
there's like a little line here and a line above it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like everything's closed off. Down here there's the X, and that reminds me of Agent X.
Yeah, you are right.
Here.
So this is it. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy.
And this whole academy thing, just the name is I mean, people would think it's a school.
Yeah.
You know?
It's pretty much no. It's fine. Everyone needs to go to school. Look at that. Academy. And that's
I
it.
It makes me think of the Umbrella Academy.
Do you know what? Yeah, I was like, okay, when you will get to Umbrella Academy? Yep, I was exactly like, yeah, this is it.
So this is
Yeah,
do you think they're owned by the Umbrella Academy? or the umbrella
No,
corporation?
no. From my point of view, they are cooperating with them. Yeah.
Yeah, because it does coincide with the COVD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With CVD, with CVD. Let's call it CVD. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, let's say, next level CVD. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of, let's say that there will, like, let's say the Gaia or the Koni, I mean, like the natural, or let's say astral, or whatever laws, or God, or yeah, Jehovah, or I don't know, Allah will save us. Technically, if you are believer or not believer or whatever, just pray, because this is goddamn crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
goddamn crazy.
Some of the former corporate units is called the Aviation Worldwide Services. So I think
Yeah.
I've heard that name before. And they're based in Melbourne, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
STI Aviation Incorporated. AirQuest Incorporated, Presidential Airways Incorporated, and that was acquired by Blackwater. And then they have the federal. Here's Orlando.
This is it, what I'm talking about. This
Yeah,
is
they're
it,
all
what I'm
over.
talking about. It's like, not, the question shouldn't be in which kind of field are they operating, but in which kind of field they are not operating.
There's
Oh,
the Eric Prince again. That's an interesting name. Is that a fake name?
of course it is.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same stuff with Lynch. We know who Lynch is, and it's like, holy crap. Once I am hearing this name, it's like, no, I
Yeah, when
don't like it.
we have some of the Kruger, someone from Kruger on here. We'll talk about Lynch because that's another topic that we need to discuss, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, but not
not
publicly
today.
yet.
Yeah.
Not today. Yes, you are right.
Greystone Limited is another name that
Yes,
they, or another
yes,
company that joined them, and they're the
yes.
ones
Pretty
that are in
much like,
Barbados.
it's that kind of complicated that,
Darfur.
okay, and tell us how the heck is this possible? And it's like, it's ah yeah.
It's extreme
It's
power. I mean, to the point where they were actually going after, instead of the military going after people, they even have, the U.S. has special forces. Instead, they hired Blackwater.
yeah.
That's kind of says something.
As
So they
you
must
said,
have some advanced equipment, um,
goddamn
like
advanced. Believe me.
kind of monarch type of abilities. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. You are right. You are right. Yeah. Oh, this is so frustrating because, once again, 10 grams. It is freaking me out. Ugh.
So when you go to that space, you can find things, right? You can kind of see what's going on in our world from there. Or,
Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes. Yes,
yeah.
you are right.
Well, I know the ACIO and the Council 5 can pretty much find anything if they need to.
Yes, yes, yes. But once again, I mean, I just, I just want so much those 10 grams never be used.
Yeah,
Never.
so we need to ask for universal protection
Yeah.
And for all the innocent people that are involved, on the behalf of them, that we all be protected, and that anyone that is thinking to use this 10 grams for any purpose of hurting anyone, that they get obstructed and prevented from doing anything harmful to the planet.
Yeah, you are right. It's like Agent X shouldn't be, like invented. No, never. Mm-mm. Never. And
But to one of the astro guys or entities showed them how to make it.
yeah,
So they want to see
and
war
that's
here.
what do you think, Jessica? This is your field of expertise. Why those kind of negative guys are around there and they are showing them, I mean those scientists, the ways how to create those substances.
Well, what's interesting, Peter, is, and you know this as well as I do, you can create something and have a breakthrough in science or technology for something good. You can use it for something good or for something bad. And it's the same process of gathering the information and understanding what the elements combined can do, or what, I mean, in some circumstance, maybe that creates a type of energy that's very long lasting. If it's mixed with something else or altered slightly, and it could be something brilliant, something very helpful to harm humanity. And I think that that information is there, it's available, but the entities, it depends on who you're communicating with and getting that information, that it turns into a weapon, the same thing, or it can turn into an energy source to support things, or even something that can.
Sorry for interrupting you. You mean something like, for example, like I don't want to say free energy, but let's say green energy, for example, something like
Yeah,
that.
green energy, or maybe it has the ability to clean pollution, or the elements are there for us to work with. They were given to us to use, to experiment with, and to enhance our reality. But just like anything, I mean, like you can have a let's see, you can have a gun, to protect yourself, or you can, have a gun to go out and kill people. It's like
Yeah, it's
it's a,
pretty much you've got a knife. You can
the
cut.
knife. That's a better example. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, you can cut bread, uh, or or if you are, or you can kill if you are in rage. Am I right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So like there's a lot of, like, it's pretty much a neutral. It's a neutral product. So you're getting information. It's a neutral it could be that, they're sending information to certain people that are open. Maybe that's their purpose here, or they remember from another reality, and they're very, to us, they would be extremely smart. And they come here and they have that information, and then someone immediately, looking for power. Those are the ones that usually have the money, those that are looking for power and also looking for weapons. And
Yeah, that's
we're in a
true.
paradigm here that the information that's supposed to naturally filter down into our experience and inventions and ideas and combinations of, like, you give someone a whole bunch of vegetables and say, make a soup, make something with it, and you have a bunch of chefs and 20 people, and they'll all make something different, you know and it's the same thing with the elements. You can, yeah, there's a science to it. Of course, one thing's going to, make something else, but it's a combination of very bright people figuring out how to do things. But then there's actually a purpose for it. But if you don't know what the purpose for it is then it somehow always ends up turning into weapons. And things that would really help us are being kept from us because they don't want anyone to know, so that it gives them a leverage in the chain of power. But it was not supposed to be meant like that. That's a violation of the universe. The universe is supposed to be the benevolence of all well-being of human life here. It was not ever meant for weapons. Warfare was not supposed to be implemented here.
Yeah, you are right. You are right.
And I know a lot of people would probably say that's not true. I mean, it's been here for a long time, but it was introduced. It was introduced, and communication, and in a normal evolved society, there would be mediation, communication, and a resolve in what is considered fair. And it wouldn't be just people, bombing each other because they don't like something, or people feeling the need to control others. So that's where we, had stepped down in communication and consciousness. But had we been where we're supposed to be and had continued to grow in that direction, then we would have been much more civil-minded and able to communicate and reason and work through things. We're supposed to be intelligent.
Yeah, you are right. That's the stuff I think for this show from my side. Just want to say for people to stay positive and to not to give up, because many people give up. Respectively, they gave up, and I want to say don't give up. Not for yourself, but for your family, for your friends, for your neighbors, for your colleagues. That's it. And of course, for the world. That's it, what I want to say. And once again, I want to thank you very much for another opportunity to be on your channel, Jessica. And I'm looking forward for next show. Hold tight.
Thank you, Peter, for what everything that you're doing out there, putting yourself on the line, and also organizing others to figure out and help and protect what's happening. And I also want to thank the audience, because you're a part of this and you're very important to us. And thank you. And we know that some of you are also joining in with Peter and also holding down the fort over here. So let's continue doing the good work. And thanks again, Peter. Everyone else, thank you for your support. Have a great day.
You have been listening to the Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Marrocco. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Visit www.acio-agency.org and www.readingsbyarael.com. Post your questions and comments below. We look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to support our work. All the links can be found in the description. Thank you.